Hey, yeah, we're working. Can I use the buttons here? Intro.
Don't give them clear shots!
There it is. I'm just experimenting here. Two shots. Nice. Yeah. So, what's up, guys? Welcome to Clear Shots. This is just the beginning. Seth is in the bathroom right now. It's like 2 a.m. And we just ate a lot of Taco Bell. But, so just stuff out in the brain, really off the top. Saturday Night Live is kind of weird, right? It's just one of those things that it's like a constant. I never understood. We just accept it. Nobody's ever been like, why is it still around, Where did it come from is my question. Whose idea was it? Why Saturday night? And is it really live? That's my question. I've never watched the show, so I really don't know. We were just watching Detroiters upstairs, and it makes me long for the days where Comedy Central every few years would just come out with like a random like sitcom that was like being spearheaded by some like, C+ level comedian that nobody really knew about, but was actually funnier than any other comedian that we had in the mainstream. The Sarah Silverman program is one. Recent ones, I think, of like Broad City. The Detroiters is great. If you haven't seen that, I think you should leave. You'd really like the Detroiters. Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot of media. I don't tune into a lot of media, really, if you couldn't tell. I pretty much just consume, like, NBA podcasts, and I just watch Alien Resurrection over and over again. Every now and then I watch Shrek 2. But they're making a 5th Shrek movie, which, sure, I guess we could do that. I can't think of a time where a 5th movie ended up being groundbreaking, but I wouldn't be shocked if they made $1 billion out of it. I feel like people like Shrek. He's got a lot better of a reputation than any of this Disney stuff after this Snow White thing. Are you talking about Shrek? And Shrek 5 is coming out. I think, yeah. So Shrek 5 is coming out this year, and I feel like Shrek 5 is going to end up being fine because people still like Shrek. There aren't really any...
How long have you been going here?
I don't know.
Is it good?
Yeah, I was just talking about SNL.
Did you say anything like entertaining, or?
Yeah, I
or
did.
Should I wipe this?
No, it's good. I did this part. It was pretty funny.
Don't give them clear shots!
And
you did that part already?
Yeah, I did that part already, and then I was like, you should go to Dubby.
Oh, you did do that, huh?
Yeah,
he's running the whole show. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's it's only like the 160th episode, I think.
Yeah.
Then we also have this Dubby.
What's that? Now you're just messing with scenes. You don't even know what you're doing.
Well, the names won't go away.
Well, you don't want to. You want to go to the next page. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, he kind of knows what he's doing.
But yeah, so Shrek 5. Everybody's mad about Snow White, and I don't really care about Disney stuff, so I don't really care about Snow White being bad. It seems like they're mostly bad because the woman playing Snow White said "Free Palestine" one too many times.
You're not supposed to say
And
that.
apparently you're not supposed to say that.
That gets you in trouble.
Which is really stupid. It's like you hired somebody with a social media account.
I'll tell you what. You're
They're
not
gonna
supposed to
say-
support anything.
They're gonna you shouldn't support
You
either.
actually shouldn't support anything or say anything because if you say something, it's political instantly.
Yeah, but like
It doesn't matter what it is.
I think beyond that, that's why Shrek 5 is gonna be fine. Because you don't have Michael Myers going "Free Palestine."
This is the first time I've heard about Shrek 5, actually.
You didn't know that Shrek 5 was a thing?
Yeah,
It comes out this year, apparently.
That's not real, right?
It's real. And I don't know. I think it's going to be fine.
like
It's
you're
going to be
making that up.
whatever. It's just like, I'm tired of the
He's making this up, isn't he?
I'm just going to watch Shrek 1 instead, really, is what's going to happen.
Is Shrek 5 really coming out? Oh, shit, it is. Huh.
Yeah. So it's a bit weird. But it's probably going to make $1 billion because people love Shrek.
Didn't the first one come out like a long time ago?
The first one came out in like 2001.
Okay. I'm not sure we need.
The fourth one came out a while ago. Hey Siri, when did Shrek 4 come out?
Shrek 4 was released in 2010.
2010.
Shrek
From
4.
wikiquote.org.
So I was 2010. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's crazier that they made 4 Shrek movies in a decade. From 2000 to 2010, they made 4 Shrek movies.
I'll tell you what, they rode the waves.
They fucking
They
rode
fucking
that
rode
shit.
the wave.
Because Shrek rules. This is the main overall point.
That was before all the memes and everything too.
Yes, exactly. And I think like Shrek and SpongeBob are in a very strange category of like actual sacred. Like everybody loves
IPs,
Shrek, everybody loves SpongeBob. There's probably a few other things you could throw in there too, but those are like the two I think of where it's like pretty much everybody around our age range and above and below, but pretty much everybody around.
Yeah.
Universally
Pokemon.
maybe
Pokemon. I don't know what else was big. Well, yeah, that's
everybody loves Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah, Blue's Clues was cool.
Everybody loves Steve.
Yeah,
Specifically Steve.
yeah.
But that's not why we're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight to talk about Halo Combat Evolved.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Actually, no, we can keep talking about Shrek. But I just thought it'd be funny if that was the segue to the Halo rants. But I don't know. I
It's
mean,
already
Shrek
been weird enough. You know what I mean?
Shrek is fine. I don't know. I can't think of like the first Shrek movie was great. The second Shrek movie was with the fairy godmother and Prince Charming, and that one was pretty good.
It was like less is great.
I
You know what
think
I mean?
the first one is the best one,
Mhm.
but 2 is very, very good.
It's still slightly less great.
And 3
Was a little bit more less great.
Which one was 3? What did 3 have?
Don't know.
Don't even ask me. I don't even know about the fourth
Don't
one.
know. Don't even know. I didn't even know there was a fourth one. I think I knew there was 3. Shrek the Third.
Yeah. Hey Siri, when did Shrek the Third come out? 07.
Shrek the Third was released on May 18th, 2007.
Okay, so
you're probably getting a bunch of people's phones to do that. It's probably like synced up with it too when you say it.
So that's just also further proof that 2007 was the greatest year of all time. We got 300 and Shrek the Third, the year of the threes, and Halo 3.
Shrek 300.
Halo 300 the third.
Shrek 2000. That'd be kind of sick.
I think it'd be sick if you replaced Entei with Shrek and then just did Pokemon 2000, but with Shrek instead of.
You could.
Is it Pokemon?
AI is just gonna do it. You're just gonna have AI to do that in like 5 years.
What if you replace Luke Skywalker with Shrek in Star Wars?
Well, that's the thing. We're gonna be able to just do all of it. Like we're gonna be able to just put Palpatine in Shrek and see what happens.
If you replace Farquaad with Palpatine,
I wonder if it would change the story or just replace it with him as a character, like as a visual.
it'd be.
You'd have to prompt it to change the film.
It would be funny if it would retroactively alter the timeline.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you just drop Palpatine into any universe, it just becomes the Star Wars universe.
I think we should try timelining one of these days. You know what I mean? Like jumping to another timeline. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Dimensional jumping.
Yeah.
There's a process. I've looked into it.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking like I was thinking about timelines and shit because okay,
we
so
were talking
like,
about the Halo timeline.
well, yeah, that. But I was like, what if hell is just so like heaven and hell is just you're omnipresent and you can see other timelines and shit, but the only difference between heaven and hell is that the timelines are labeled in heaven and they're not in hell. So you have to find, like, if you wanted to like check in on your timeline that you were in and see all the people and shit, you have to like find it yourself. You have to dig through all the timelines. But in heaven, it's just like, this is the one. The green one's the one that has the.
It's kind of freaky that those lights just turned on by themselves.
Somebody found the timeline.
You just said the green one, and then those lights turned on by themselves.
That is weird. That is weird.
It's wicked fucking weird.
Somebody found the timeline,
dude. That's fucking bullshit.
They're just like, you get labels here.
Well, yeah, so it would just be like, it'd be like in our D&D campaign with Brian, where you have the fucking library that Paul can transport to with the quill.
Mm-hmm.
Except none of the books are labeled.
They're all the same book. Yeah, it's all spine.
None of the books are labeled,
spine.
and the fucking librarian doesn't speak English.
They're all Blockbuster
The
cases.
librarian is Oscar from DoorDash that fucked up the order last week. You go to ask him, they're like, what book is mine? And he just keeps handing you a bucket of KFC.
Yeah, they're all in default Blockbuster rental cases. Which I miss Blockbuster rental cases, dude. I had a bunch of them because I just like, apparently I took games that just I forgot to return or didn't return them.
You know, no, I was talking about that with my dad.
Well, you had to
recently.
return them with a case though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was talking about that with my dad recently though, because there were times I was like, did Wesley and I steal games from Blockbuster all the time? Because we had so many games that were from Blockbuster, but apparently what would happen is if like you went to return it in person instead of using the Dropbox, sometimes they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we already have that," and then you could just leave. You just kept it.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Or here's what I think actually happened: as my dad was like, "He really likes this game. I'm gonna buy it."
They're like,
because you could buy it from Blockbuster if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could. Well, I think you like could pay like a smaller price or something if you already have it out or something like that.
Something like that. But then there was also the sickest one was the fucking the 2 for $5 deal.
2 for $5.
Yeah, you can get 2 games for $5.
What was the timeline on it? 1 week or 2 weeks?
1 week.
1 week.
I'd go every Friday after school.
And then you just check it back out, the same game or whatever. If it's certain ones, you could do that.
The greasiest thing I did to Blockbuster was when I also had GameFly. This is what Wes and I did, and this is the other way that we ended up with Blockbuster games. But like, if we would have a game that we had that didn't work, and then we would just return it to either Blockbuster or GameFly. But then some of them had stamps on the disc.
Yeah,
and then eventually GameFly started putting their own little.
There's like a seal.
Like a seal around the disc. But I remember doing that a couple of times. That's how I ended up with COD 4 Remastered for Xbox One, because I still had GameFly at the time.
I imagine they They probably got fucked out of a lot of shit.
Actually, I think they asked me for it, and I canceled my account. They were like, "You need to give us that game back," and I was like, "I'm just gonna keep it."
Well, it's like, what are they gonna do? Like, really, what are they gonna do? Like,
I think they charged my card like $40.
oh,
and then,
okay. Well, they can do that.
Yeah.
Well, did you have at Blockbuster? Did you have to have a membership? I don't even remember.
Yeah. You had to have a membership, and it had your driver's license and credit card attached to it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then the thing that got them all fucked up. This is the thing that lost Blockbuster all their money. Two things: they didn't buy Netflix when they should have.
Yeah.
And then also they got rid of late fees towards the end. Like the last 2 years of Blockbuster, they got rid of.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
They got rid of penalties.
That was a big deal. No late fees.
Yeah, and then nobody ever gave anything back ever.
Yeah. Yeah, but they probably still got charged for it, especially when they went bankrupt or whatever. Then they charge everybody's card.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, it's a shame because Blockbuster is an experience that you're not going to be able to get again. You can't we don't even have a family video in Fulton anymore.
Well, we used to have Red's video in
Well,
town.
hang on. We also had the GOAT, which was Video Paradise.
Oh, yeah, that was aggressive.
But Red's video was sick because Red's video was like somebody's living room.
Yeah, it was just
It was fucking because
I
that
can
is somebody's
smell
that
that
is
place.
somebody's house.
I can
now.
still smell that place. Well, yeah, it's apartments now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a little, it's like a quadplex or some shit.
Yeah, but I can also smell that place, and
Yeah.
also.
There was a lot, and man, you'd go in and get like N64 games that were like the cases were bent and fucking had the white tattered on them on the corners.
And it was like the little red like smiley face
the
sticker.
red smiley face.
I always thought the coolest thing about Red's video was that the games were just like the games and movies from that place. It was like just somebody's private collection that he's
Yeah.
like you could just borrow from it, whatever.
That's so cool, though.
That's like what it felt like. Like it was so fucking casual.
That's basically what it is, though. Because like, how else do you start a video store? It's like you just have to have them. You have to buy them all, right? So like, I don't know. It's a weird like private video stores are weird to me. Like Blockbuster made sense because you walk in, it's like a corporate chain, and they have all these things. But then you just walk into this small room, like carpeted room, with racks, and it's just a bunch of N64 and like wrestling VHSs
Yeah.
and shit. And you're like, what?
My thing is like it sucks that I'm never gonna be able to work at one of those places. I really wish I could have worked
Yeah.
at a Blockbuster or something, but they were gone by the time I was
Working age.
working age. Yeah, you had to be 18 to work at Blockbuster, and
Yeah.
by the time I was 18, they were wicked gone.
Yeah.
Red's video was gone when we were kids, but
Yeah,
that
that
place
went
was
out
fucking
fast.
sweet.
But yeah, that's, I don't know. I think I wish they still had fucking WWF. Like they used to have them on DVD. Like every pay-per-view was on VHS. So you'd go in and be like, because like, you know, at the time I wasn't like watching wrestling, but sometimes you'd go in and you'd like be like, oh cool, Shawn Michaels versus Mankind or whatever, and you take it out and you watch that for the night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because they were like a 2 or 3 hour long event,
Yeah,
so it was like getting a movie. Yeah, I used to do that with Manias
yeah, it was fucking cool.
for road trips. Remember the portable DVD players? I used to just that's
Yeah.
where I used to watch fucking Manias
Yeah, that's fucking classic.
and Titanic.
Yeah, the portable DVD players, portable CD players with no skipping. They had the anti-skip CD players,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd still skip. And then, man, I don't know. That was like a totally different. It's like so crazy that like the way that we grew up is no one's ever going to grow up like that again.
That's one of the reasons why I like am not really stoked or in a rush to ever raise a family, because like
because it's like
there were parts of our childhood that reminisced our parents' childhood,
yeah,
but there is gonna be nothing.
it's not going to be anywhere near the same.
Fuck that shit.
No, I think, you know, like, I don't know. I think parents need to keep their kids off of phones and social media for like us until they're 16 or whatever, until you can drive. It's like, that's so crazy that kids can just have this like access to the internet. Dude, I was like 15 or something by the time I had internet.
I was on the internet way too young, so like I'm just Exhibit A.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I was on 4chan when I was 10.
It's like, yeah, you shouldn't just be able to do that. And now it's like, even on, if you just go on Instagram or something, you see all kinds of crazy shit. So, and it's, you know, that's what kids use, TikTok and all that shit. You don't know what the fuck you're going to see on TikTok. I'll say though that TikTok is like, I don't like TikTok. Like, I don't use it personally, but we post our stuff there. But like, all that happens is, it feels like it's the easiest platform to build on. You know what I mean? Like, I know that like if you're a small business or you're whatever, it's like the easiest platform to get a following because there's so many users, and their algorithm doesn't like push like big content creators on you. It pushes like what the good like what the most viewed content is. Whereas like on Instagram, it's like you only see like people who have paid.
Yeah, it's only sponsored.
It's
only
all sponsored shit.
Posts and stuff,
or just like huge, you know, corporations or whatever.
And
I
it's
get
like
if you tune your algorithm to not have that, you can do it. But like with TikTok, it just feels like everything's just like the Wild West.
Yeah.
Versus like Meta, anything that's Meta, dude, you gotta pay money to have it like any kind of exposure.
Well, yeah, because it's its own universe, isn't it? Isn't that their
It's
argument?
like a walled garden.
Yeah. Walled garden of fucking shitheads.
I don't understand that logic.
Should just be like The Sims.
But like, it should be like The Sims.
Yeah, right. It should just be like The Sims.
If we were gonna make a social media platform, it's just like let it
be like The
be
Sims.
Whatever it is. Yo, Facebook used to be so like now when you scroll your Facebook page, you see like ads and like you see like fine-tuned like only certain friends, which is weird.
That's why I got rid of it.
I want to see like a live timeline of like I want to be able to scroll back, like just scroll down to and see everything in real time. Yeah, now it's tuned like to be certain things.
There's no way to actually. There used to be a way.
It used to just be the news feed.
Well, yeah, there used to be a way to make it so you would only see like now. It got to like what Facebook is just not good for somebody like me when I go on my fucking rampages. But like the fact that I'm getting notifications for events that I'm not invited to, that was the final straw for me. I think we were hanging out when that happened, and I threw a fucking whole fit. I got like a notification that was like, you haven't responded to this event, and it was something happening in like fucking Fulton that 3 people that I knew were attending. Yeah, and it was acting as if I was going and was like freaking out because I was, and I'm like, well, I'm not even invited to this.
I hate the event shit.
That's like when I started
you
to
might
really
like
give
this
up.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
like, stop recommending me shit.
Like you want to go to the? No, I don't want to go to a fucking social media arranged event. Not if it's a public social media event. Like that's where people bring guns.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Somebody rams a truck into all of us while we're eating paninis.
Yeah. Because, like, the panini might be good, but the truck isn't.
No, the truck is not what you ordered.
No. And you're going to get a full helping of truck.
Mm-hmm. And then they're going to text you on DoorDash and be like, LOL, sorry, I thought it was West 10th Street.
Yeah.
We're not even on 10th Street.
No, we're not on 10th
The address is...
Don't say the address. He's like, let's just dox.
Yeah. We're not even on 10th Street. We're on a totally different street.
Yeah. We did the group order Taco Bell thing. Did you tell them about Taco Bell already?
No, I was talking about SNL mostly.
Oh, so we had Taco Bell, and then I had to shit. That's why I wasn't here.
Yeah, I maybe mentioned that.
You did? Okay, yeah, I can't wait to hear what you.
I can't remember at all. I know it was something about Shrek.
Yeah, it started with Shrek.
But yeah, we got Taco Bell. You tell the story. It was a good story.
Is it a good story?
It's a pretty funny
it's
story.
Not that great.
It was pretty funny.
We went to we got Taco Bell from
we partied up.
DoorDash. We partied up on DoorDash, got a group order, and then they were already at Taco Bell, like as if they knew.
That's the funniest part.
As if they knew that it was happening.
As soon as we placed the order, both of our phones went off, and it said, "Dasher is waiting for your order." Like immediately, she was there.
Like I don't understand. I think a lot of those Dashers just hang out in that in areas where there's a lot of businesses where they can just be there already.
Yeah, Taco Bell was the
It
only
makes
other
a lot of
place
sense.
open, so it makes sense.
Plus
too.
that, yeah.
The funniest thing was they were like, it's gonna be like a 25-minute wait. We're like, bet, put on Detroiters. We watched 5 minutes of Detroiters, then our phones go off and it says your dasher is nearby, and she was like across the street from the house. And then she was nowhere near us. She immediately was like
Went all the
4
way
blocks
across the
on the
city.
other side of the river.
Yeah.
We're already,
She's like, I'll just go all the way across town. I don't know.
yeah.
Apparently, how do you like think it's a different address when the app literally tells you what the address is, and it gives you GPS, gives you the GPS path to
Yeah.
where you go. Must have been our first time, you know what I mean? Could be.
Like, for those of you that know the layout of this town, we're by Ruby Tuesday, and this bitch ended up at the hospital.
We're talking.
I mean, and she did not hit a single red light going across town.
That was actually the
that was
craziest
the coolest thing. It looked like somebody, like from our point of view, watching it live on the GPS, it was like someone stole her car and was just driving across town.
I thought she was like hovering or
She was like,
something.
yeah, beelining it across 104.
Yeah, but it all turned out all right. You know
Yeah,
what
it ended
I mean?
up being fine.
I got sour cream on mine, and I didn't ask for it. But
Yeah,
it does
and
happen, you know?
I didn't mean to buy Anna a Baja Blast, but I guess she got a Baja
It
Blast.
happened. Yeah,
She got a burrito, too.
mistakes were made, and it's one of those things. Like when we die, maybe we'll go back to the timeline and change it.
Yeah, and I'll be like, just so you know, we didn't get you a drink.
Yeah, and it's gonna take a minute for us to find it because we're gonna definitely not be. We're gonna be in hell for sure.
Which religion do you think got it right?
Got it right, or like the closest? I don't think.
I don't think anybody's gotten it.
I don't think
Nobody's
anybody's
gotten it right.
No, because you can't get it right. It's all guesswork. You know what I mean? It's all educational guesses.
They were just like, it's like you're doing quick draw.
Well, it is. Yeah, you're kind of just rolling the dice, and when you pick one, then you just have to believe it, which is crazy.
No,
then you have to go all
take it from me. You can change your mind whenever you want.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's dope.
I guess I could dip my toes in a couple of them, try them out.
I only like the big. The only 3 I associate. I like the big 3. I like Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. I'll flip flop between the 3 of them every so often. You know.
I heard like Buddhism is cool.
Buddhism's cool. That's more of like a cool thing. That's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think that would be more likely something that I would follow because it's like that's more of a spiritual, like about your spirit versus like it's not as focused on a higher power.
Now, do Buddhists believe in the foreigner belt?
I'll tell you what belt they do believe in: the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Just in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, Gunther versus Jey Uso. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is crazy.
I can't believe that it's fucking Jey Uso and Gunther. I was gonna give Jey Uso a chance, but he really has not wowed me at all. I know this isn't the wrestling show, but it is now.
Yeah, I play the other intro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he's gonna win, and that's cool. And I like Jey Uso, but it's
not working for some reason. He has like a bunch of hype, and people, like him.
Kids
I guess
like him.
Yeah, and his entrances are cool, or like they're good for crowd participation and shit. But it's like, I don't know. Is there really anything there for like a singles push? I don't think so. It's like Gunther is like an old school wrestler, like badass guy, and he's not the right guy for that.
Gunther's just awesome.
Yeah,
he's so awesome.
Gunther's sick, dude. LFG is kind of cool. Have you seen that? It's like it's kind of like Tough Enough, but it's basically the same thing, but it's like not like a reality show like where everybody's in a house or whatever. It's like it's actually all in the performance center. And Gunther was just on there last week, and man, dude, he like lights people up. He's a hard ass.
He's cool, man.
I love it. I love those old school guys.
Gunther is who I would have had play Master Chief in Halo.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Because Master Chief doesn't have to. He doesn't. Does he have? He doesn't have to be American.
Well, he doesn't have to be anything if you do it right. Because like Paramount goes, we'll just take his helmet off in the first episode or whatever.
Yeah.
So they botched it immediately. It could be fucking anybody. It could be a woman. It doesn't matter. You just have the fucking. All you're seeing is the armor. That's what it should be. Maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe he is in the games. Maybe it's a girl.
And it's just a voice changer.
Yeah, that's possible.
You've been
Like
playing as
fucking-
Commander Keys the whole time.
Yeah, you've been playing as a grunt. You've been a grunt. It's just a grunt that's in the.
I thought it was hilarious. Like, you think of grunts as being the weakest dudes, and then you look at like the
The lore.
biography, and they're like 5'8", and they
Yeah.
also like almost single-handedly destroyed the Covenant by just being, because they're like rats. They like overpopulate everything.
There's a ton of them. Yeah.
It's wicked cool. Yeah, grunts. They got their planet glassed because there was too many of them during the Urdnot Rebellion or some shit.
Well, it's so weird that the Covenant was like
Urdnot is Mass Effect, not what is the grunts? Umgaus.
Ungoy or
Ungoy.
whatever.
Yeah. Urdnot is the the Krogans from Mass Effect.
Oh,
Urdnot Rex.
yeah, that's gay. Anyway, yeah, the Covenant was wild, dude. They went wild.
Covenant's sick, man.
They went a little nuts with it, though.
I've been really going heavy into the Halo games again, the story modes, because I keep getting matchmaking bans because it doesn't put me in games that I want to play.
So you just like look up the lore instead.
No.
Oh, you just play campaign.
I've been playing campaign, yeah. I got like halfway through Reach, and I was like, I feel like Reach is best played in co-op. I'm not really having fun in Reach.
I think Halo 2 and 3 like had the best like to like learn the lore. That's the best way to do it. But like to really know what's happening, you almost have to go into like deeper lore.
I gotta play Halo Wars 1 and 2, because Halo Wars takes place like two decades before Reach does.
Yeah.
Halo Wars is like right in the beginning of the war, I think.
Yeah. Well, Halo 1 explains like generally what's going on, but I think it doesn't really have the impact it could unless you know really like some of this backstory.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a really cool universe.
It's a really fucking cool universe. Like, I think I'd have to go, and I'm totally skipping. I'm not skipping 4 and 5, but as far as like my rankings goes, those are the two I have the least. Like 4 is just fine. I don't mind 4, and 5 I really don't remember at all.
Yeah, 5 is I played it like twice. I played it the normal legendary. That was
Yeah.
it. But I also did that with Infinite. Like I didn't play it again, normal, which I
Yeah.
probably should just to do it. But
Infinite, we should do Infinite campaign co-op. I feel like I would have a lot more fun if we did it co-op, because I'm like 7 hours in right now, and I'm having fun, but it also is just like, it'd be way cooler if there was, even if you had the Arbiter with you, like if you just had an AI squad mate that wasn't just the fucking Marines.
yeah,
Just be like, we should just do Infinite co-op. I feel like that'd be sweet. But as far as like the stories go, I think my favorite story to play through is 3. But Halo 1, just being on the ring is
Yeah,
so
that's
cool. It's really fucking cool.
I fucking like 2, like a lot story wise. Because it's like it gives you that, like it's a perfect continuation of 1, but you also like it leads you into the ending. Like it leads you really well into like there's a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole like high charity thing is fucking sweet. Like all of the maps in Halo 2 were fucking awesome. They did a great job.
The intro to Halo
design.
2, where he's flying through the fucking.
Yeah, I don't really get mad at any of those missions.
No.
Like in Halo 1, there's like the library and a couple missions where like the flood, like the first time you see the flood, it's like it gets frustrating.
343 Guilty Spark.
Yeah. Cause you
just get lost.
It's just tedious.
Um,
And 2, it feels like it's like you're always moving forward. There's not like a lot of times where you're like stuck or backtracking. Halo 1 had a lot of backtracking. and I don't really like that. Even 3 had a lot of that too, though. There was a decent chunk of backtracking in 3.
Yeah, I immediately think of every time that we play through 3's campaign and we do is it the Rat's Nest? I don't know what that fucking
It's
mission
the
is called, but it's
on,
the
like,
one
the island there, or it's like an island, I guess.
it's the one in the military base.
Oh, that's what the fuck is it called? I know exactly. The one with the buggers and shit.
Yeah, because that's the part where we get fucked every time.
Yeah.
I always find it interesting how each game not only has, because we were talking about this when we were playing Halo the other night. Each game has different weapons, obviously, like some have the AR, BR, DMR, but also the fact that different games have different enemies, and it actually makes sense in the lore. Like, I guess Bungie was already planning and not, like, they were already planning on brutes, but they didn't have them in the first game for a reason, because they were supposed to be part of, like, the fucking...
Yeah. It's just
like
based on where it is in the story.
Yeah, like the elites were like the shock troopers. They were like the
first line.
The first line, and then the brutes would come in and clean up afterward.
Yeah.
But I think just really my favorite thing in Halo is anything involving the Flood.
Mm-hmm.
The Flood are terrifying in a very peaceful way, because really the Flood is kind of inevitable. That's my understanding of it.
It is, sort of. Well, I mean, if you light the rings and kill everything, that's the idea, is getting rid of it. The problem is they had specimens and shit that would always be there. So
it's like Alien.
It's like COVID-19.
It's like how in the Alien movies, they're always like, we're gonna kill all the aliens except this one.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that defeats the purpose.
Yeah. Don't leave any of them.
You got to get rid of all of them. Nuke it all from orbit.
But that's what the library was to.
The library
was to take every species and like keep them so they could seed the planets again.
I fucking love the lore of Halo. I unironically was like, I just want to talk about the Halo lore for most of the episode, because like I think it's so interesting. I think
the whole idea was great because they had the rings are super cool. There's a book called Ringworld. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's what it was based on. So if you read, I would like to read it, but it's a sci-fi book, and that's what it is. It's a literal ring world. I wish fucking that they would put like that kind of shit in No Man's Sky, like a ring world. That'd be sweet. But what's cool is like the ring worlds are not. They all had like installations that would activate rings, and when you activate all the rings, it fires this weapon. But the Covenant always thought that all of the rings, if you light them all, it was like an ascendant, like, you know, it would make them become gods or immortal or something. That was their belief system. And so like it's really cool seeing the like battle with, like, I don't know, I don't even know what the humans thought it was at first, because they didn't know that it was a weapon until a certain point. They just knew that the Covenant was attacking them. But the Covenant is always strong from space. The Covenant is the strongest from space. They can like glass planets and shit.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing to learn, was that the only reason the Covenant were a threat was because they could glass planets. That was the only reason that they were a threat, was because the UNSC shredded them in open combat and like even in space combat, but just because the Covenant had the like orbital strikes. Yeah. And that was all from the Prophets, like the Prophets used Forerunner technology. Mm-hmm. Which is why they convinced the elites to join up, because before the Covenant was a thing, the elites were anti-Forerunner tech. They wanted to preserve it instead of use it.
Yeah, well, the elites were just a race of like,
they were the Predators,
warriors. Yeah,
they were like based on the Predator, I think, pretty like almost
kind of like samurai type of honor
bound bros. Yeah. The elites are probably my favorite of the Covenant races. Even though I think I probably said I like the grunts a lot. The grunts, I think, are interesting because they're actually the most dangerous of all of the races.
Yeah, because they come at you with the fucking plasma. That gets me way more than it should. That always fucking gets me. Even if you like kill them and they still drop the plasma grenades, and then one of them blows another plasma grenade into your face. Yeah, they're a nightmare, especially on legendary.
I was gonna say, and what's the skull that makes everything fly faster? Is it cowbell?
There's a boom that makes all the
makes
explosions bigger.
No, it's the one that makes all physics objects fly faster.
I don't remember.
That's the best one to have on.
I usually just turn on the birthday party, and
I would have been your daddy.
Yeah.
Yep. But let's see. I think my favorite moments in the series, definitely the first time you see the flood, like when you're just going through that building, and you're like, where is everybody?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
you're like seeing memories and shit of what happened.
Mm-hmm. And the only gunfire you're hearing is Covenant being killed by Flood, but with human weapons. So you think that it's humans fighting the Covenant, and then you walk in and everybody's dead and they're gone. And it's the storytelling for that's really awesome. And 2, I really like the first. What's the mission? Like, it's not Savo Highway. That's in Halo 3. But in Halo 2, it's like the first mission on Earth. Like mission number 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's like Metropolis.
Outskirts or something?
Yeah, Outskirts. Metropolis is the other one that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Love
sounds
that.
like... I can't remember what it's called.
Then you got Halo 3. I love all of Halo 3.
Yeah, I don't get really mad at anything in
It's
Halo 3.
For 3, it's one big chunk.
I don't really love Cortana.
Is that the very end?
The one where you're like going through all the buttholes and fighting the flood.
You're in High Charity at the end, that one, right? I really don't like that one.
That one kind of sucks, but
that mission sucks.
That's tough because you have to deal with the stupid guys that transform and they're shooting the and then they turn into the walker guys.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
if you know, you know.
It's annoying.
If you know, you know. But and then what ODST, I like. It's fine. ODST's cool.
I mean, I might be biased, but like Halo 3 might be the best game I've ever played. It might be actually the best game I've ever played.
Yeah. I think it
like
is.
I don't know how like I don't.
Nothing comes close. Just in general, Halo 3 probably could be up there for me.
I just don't know how it couldn't be. Like if you grew up and played when it came out and in that era, you can't. How do you deny that? There was so much to it. Like the campaign was fun. It was everybody was playing it. So like, and party chat was a thing still. Like everybody got a headset with their console. Like fucking, it was like impossible to not have fun in that game. And it was accessible. Like it's still easy to play. People can still pick that up and play it. And it aged well too. Like I don't know. I can't think of a game that like if I had to play one game the rest of my life, it's probably that.
Yeah. I mean, 3's my favorite all around.
I think 2 had like there's like a lot of things about 2 that I really liked, but I think 3 like overall was definitely that was the one. That Halo 3 was heat, dude.
For me it was,
plus it was like the 360 was just coming out, like it was that was a big deal.
The evolution from 2 to 3 is what sells 3 for me, because 2 is like, we're going to give you the energy sword. 3 goes, we're going to give you the grav hammer. 2 goes, we're going to let you dual wield stuff. And 3 is like, we're going to let you dual wield stuff. And you get like the little pickup abilities. And we have spike grenades. And we have firebomb grenades. Yeah. And we have man cannons.
The equipment was fucking great.
Yeah.
The fucking power drain. Dude, one of the coolest things ever is I did it like twice maybe. On Narrows, the map that's the bridge.
Yeah.
With the 2 man cannons on either side. You get the power drain because it's right by the cannon. Throw it onto the bridge, and then you BR the guy once. Because you only need to hit him once because it drains their shield. It's the sickest shit. While you're in the air, that's nasty.
Pretty nasty.
That's the coolest shit. I loved that design because you could throw it just far enough to get it onto the bridge. That fucking, man. If you power drain in the right spot, dude, that's devastating. That game, man, I just like...
Well, then it added all the brute vehicles too. They didn't have brute vehicles in Halo 2. Halo 3 had the chopper, the prowler. Were the bugs new to Halo 3? The bug guys? I don't remember the bug guys being.
Yeah, I don't think they were in 2.
Thing I like about it.
Wait, they were in 2.
They were in 2? I'm trying to think of the other thing in 3 that was really sick.
I think they were in 2. Now I can't even remember. But I think MCC is good and bad because it like makes it all blend together for me. Because it's just like we're like the other day when we were playing, we were hopping between games. We played Halo 1, we played Halo 2, we played 3, we played Reach.
Then we played 4.
We played 4 too, didn't we?
Yeah, we played all of them. The only thing we didn't play was 2 Anniversary.
Yeah. And it's just like we don't even know what we're playing because you just put them all on the playlist and search.
And when it works, it's the fucking most fun game that you can play to just fuck around with and just play a few games.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
It just doesn't feel like working.
They just have failed on their launches since MCC. Really, when they first announced that, I remember reading about it. I was like, that day, I was like, this is not gonna work. Like, how are they gonna put? And at the time, it was only 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because they added Reach and ODST later. I think.
Way later.
Yeah. And so I was like, holy fuck, how are they going to even do that? And they definitely botched it when it came out. It didn't work at all when it came out. People were just sitting in queues.
Yeah. The cool thing,
you'd have to like go on Reddit and be like, did anybody find a game? And then they're like, yeah, we found one. Oh shit. You fucking start the search.
The only good thing about it was that
it only works if Halo 3 is checked and Team Slayer's checked.
Yeah, I remember that wicked sketchy shit. You had to have the weekly, like whatever the special one was. Remember the one all the way?
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know if it couldn't have been a population issue because there's a ton of people that were playing that.
Yeah, and everybody's Xbox Ones came with MCC for like a year.
I wonder if they'll, I don't know if they've ended support for it or not. I thought
they did. They just have it on maintenance mode.
But you almost shouldn't ever end support for it and just go, let's just keep doing it. Like, let's just keep adding stuff.
They
add Halo 5 or say, hey, we're going to remaster Halo 3 and put it on there. That would boost the shit out of their player base. Even if you just reskin Halo 3. That alone, dude, I think that would sell. Like, they could sell that standalone for like $79.99 and be like, this is good to go.
I was thinking about that at work earlier today. Like, if they did Halo 2 Anniversary, but for Halo 3's 20th, which would be 2 years from now.
Halo 3, the original like menu screen, remastered. Like, just all of it.
Just everything. Just remastered. 3.
Reskin it. That's all you need to do.
Just do 3.
4K. 60 FPS.
Add sprinting. Add ADS.
And I mean, all they really need to do is like add some cosmetics and stuff like that. And I think it would fucking sell.
Then
they could sell it for what the Nintendo Switch prices are.
Right.
That killed it for me. I'm not buying a Switch 2 now. That is way too much money. And I cannot support that.
Yeah, it's pretty shot. But I was going to say, I really hope they do end up putting Halo Master Chief Collection on PlayStation, like the rumors keep saying.
Yeah.
Because if it'd be hilarious if they only put Infinite on PS5 and then still nobody played it.
Yep.
Because nobody wants to play Infinite.
Yeah, and I don't understand.
I like it. I've been having fun.
I get it. I think they did the same thing with, but people play MCC. So, like, I don't understand why it didn't.
Way more people play MCC.
Yeah.
If you look at
well, I'll tell you why it didn't get the pop. So, MCC is a bunch of games. It's like games that whatever people, if people want to play Halo 2, they'll play it on that. Versus Infinite, they're playing Infinite. That's it. So, like, people didn't. I don't know. They botched it completely with their. We're gonna make it free to play. It's out now. Everybody go check it out. And they like tweeted it.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody went on to play, and it like just didn't work. And it worked, but the playlists there was like no good playlists.
It was just quick play and like objective. There was no Team Slayer. There was no SWAT.
Well, all they needed was like Social Slayer, Free for All, and like
There was no infection.
no, there was no infection. Well, just from the start, all you really need is Social Slayer, Big Team, and Free for All.
Yeah, they didn't even have that.
That's all
it
you
was
need.
just quick play.
If you're gonna start out and just say, "Hey, it's free to play, go check it out." That's all you need. Those 3 playlists.
Yeah, they blew it. But yeah, I mean, I know Steam charts aren't the be all end all, but last I checked when we were playing, Master Chief Collection was like 3,200 players, and Halo Infinite was like 1,200 players.
Yeah, and it's like I jump between all of them, but
Same.
except for 5. But
we can't play 5. I would play 5 if we could, but it's only on console.
It's a Xbox One game, so it doesn't even have a Series X upgrade or anything,
which is crazy.
They abandoned it. It wasn't. I don't know.
Nobody liked it.
But that's why I'm saying put it in MCC and then people play it. But how do you? That's such a nightmare, dude. That game has to be a coding nightmare. MCC, dude.
Oh, dude, there's no way.
Because you're launching the entire infrastructure of.
I mean,
it must be the PC versions.
I
think it's running Vista, like Halo 2 Vista.
Yeah,
like it's running all the PC versions.
Wes and I still have issues with MCC on PC.
But it's so weird because you start the game, and if it's Halo 3 or whatever, it literally brings you right to the Halo 3 like loading the whole thing. Like it is Halo 3 all of a sudden. So like that has to be such a nightmare to figure out. I'm glad they did, I guess, eventually. When they
took them way too long. It took them way too long.
But it goes back to what I said earlier. It's like kids will never have that growing up, and it's like, or anything even really similar to it. And that, like, you know, like on one hand, you go like, oh, I kind of get like where my parents were coming from when they're like, oh, this shit was better than what you guys have now or whatever. It's like, you're always going to think that because you have a nostalgia about it. But like, maybe it was. Like, I don't know. I always thought I should grow up like, I should have grown up in like the fucking 80s, like mid 80s. Or like late 70s. Should have been born in like the mid late 70s. Because I was fucking a hair metal guy. And I fucking loved all that. And, you know, like if you were a musician, I felt like it was more. Nowadays, like making it as a musician is so fucking hard. It's like, and then you do make it, and then Spotify goes, I'll take most of that. Thank you. But back then you could like get on a record label and fucking actually do something. There wasn't as much of a, you know, like music wasn't as saturated as it is now. The internet killed that shit off. You fucking, everybody can sit down at their computer now and go, I have a DAW now or whatever. Or I have just some random synthesizer. And then you can just digitally make everything. Fix everything. Like anything you sing on a computer, you can just be like, here's my pitch adjuster. And it's like you were like a little flat, and you can just go, here's a line of where I actually want the note. And then it goes, okay, now you did it right. You did it right. It's like, I was looking at like, I saw a clip of Billie Eilish, right? And her, like, it was showing like her, the DAW that she was using and the track that she was recording. And like the number of cuts was absolutely insane. There was like, she had to have done like 200 plus takes of like every fucking section. And then they just, you know, nitpick everything. So like, you know what it was a video about Instagram guitarists being like fake, and how like a lot of them, what they do is they'll record something and then just like go all in on the recording. But then when they play it on the video, it's not what they're actually playing. It's not DI. They're playing it over the recording that they actually already hyper edited. So like, if it's just, everything now is just hyper edited. That's the bottom line. all of the music now that you hear is just, it's gone through so many stages of like, let's cut out any like extra sound, background noises, scratches. Like it's like manufactured, dude. I don't like it. That's why it's so hard to have like a metal. There's metal bands that are big, but like, how many like great bands have you heard in the last like 10 years? What the fuck? What was that? What did you just do?
I use that as an ashtray.
Oh. Yeah, there's like no bands that are coming out. They like,
there's one good
compelling.
like rock band that I've listened to and that's come out in the past few years, but they're not even from America. They're from Iceland.
Mm.
And it's called Kaleo. They're really called Kaleo too. That's the funny thing.
I know those dudes.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's just I don't know. Discovering music for me is like hit a stall. It really has. And I can't, dude. Sometimes I listen to like some of the like popular rap music and shit, and I'm like, oh, I know this one. And then I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, this is the one that goes like that. And then that part never comes because it's a different song that I'm thinking of, because it's exactly the same beat and exactly the same, like everything. And I'm going, what? No, but I thought that was so whatever by Nothing Nowhere or whatever. some fucking, what's the other, Travis Scott or whatever.
Yeah, Migos.
I just don't get it, man.
Travis
I think
Barker.
it's like there's, on one hand, it's like there's a vibe to it, but like I don't want to just listen to vibe music. Like it's like country music is all pretty fucking similar. I watched a video of like overlaying like 5 country songs, and they're like the same. It's all in the same key.
Yeah, it's like watching that video where they overlay all the local news networks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, here's the debut of my new country song. One of these days I'll do it. I have one that's fully recorded. I just gotta like mix
the
it.
debut of my country song, My Fingers Don't Stink.
Yeah.
But I wish they did.
It's fucking.
My fingers don't stink in parentheses, but I wish they did.
I love songs with parentheses, dude. That's my favorite shit. There was one that was absolutely killing me, and I can't remember it now. God damn it. Oh, you know who was funny that I rediscovered the other day is fucking Psycho Stick. They had like dude, they were fucking.
What if the world?
Yeah.
What if the world was made of all the worlds?
They were like good.
Yeah, they were really good.
They had a song called #1 radio single, and it was like, it literally sounded like every K-rock band, but they like did it well. It was pretty cool. They're wild, man. The guy would like the dude would like wear a jester hat and shit.
Yeah.
Comedy bands. What happened to them?
Gone. It's already hard enough to make it in music. You said it yourself.
Like Tenacious D.
Gone.
Weird Al.
Gone. He's around.
Is he still doing stuff?
No.
Because what does he do? He's gonna have to do rap songs.
They just did a movie. He just did a movie.
Oh.
Where Daniel Radcliffe played him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
A lot of the comedy music that makes it is like comedy hip hop and comedy rap now.
Yeah.
I also really like
or AI. It doesn't make it.
I like AI generated music a lot.
Dude, yeah, there's some fucking
I really do like AI
shit.
generated music. I also like that guy that he does. So his name is Blorg and also Glorb. That's the same guy, but he's got 2 names. And what he does is he does rap songs with like known IPs like SpongeBob or The Simpsons or whatever.
He goes by Borg and Glorb.
Yeah, and then what he does is he writes and sings and produces the songs, and then he uses AI to change his voice to make it sound like Plankton or Squidward or Homer or whatever. It's really good.
Wow, that's a
It's pretty funny. So it's like parody songs by the characters. It's pretty fun. He's got a really good one. We'll watch it after this episode, going into the next one.
It's really crazy that you can just type in "I want this song," and then it like mixes and masters it and it puts it out, and you're like, "What?"
It's sick.
Like, how did it do? I mean, like lyrically, it's not always good. I've been like, hey, write me like a punk rock song from like the 2000s or whatever, and it's like the corniest lyrics of all time, like fucking rebelling and put your fists in the air or whatever, and it's like, how is AI this dumb? Like, no, like, and then I was like, no, that was really bad. Try again. I was like, that was terrible. Try it again, and it still just gave me absolute trash. I was like, it can't even figure that out.
Give it time.
We got a little bit to go.
Give it time.
It's like, I don't know. I want it to be be able to put something like actually cool.
I want it to be scary.
Yeah, I want it to be scary, spooky,
Skeletons creeping up your spine. Spooky, scary skeletons. Now you are sublime. Have it do that. Have it be a ska band.
Yeah. Ska's crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm. That's
Ska
AI
with the
generated
fucking-
ska.
Dude, I swear to God, like fedoras
Are
and
awesome.
ska, like name a better power duo. You know what
Fedoras are awesome. That song, you ever hear that song before?
I mean? No,
Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras are awesome. You
it
know,
sounds good.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
It's better than the incest song. The incest song.
Just
was
from
pretty
that
good.
clip, like I feel like I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
And then like here's the big thing. We didn't talk about this when we were talking about Halo. The main reason why Halo 3 is the best is because every single multiplayer map in Halo 3 is good. Except for Isolation.
Yeah, I really don't like Foundry that much. Be honest with you.
Like the default Foundry?
Yeah.
Is that the one you gotta get him in the back? You gotta hit
Yeah,
it.
the
Okay,
back
yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that map either. That map is way more fun when it's not the horseshoe shape. The thing is, I realized that I like
Well, Foundry was meant to be a forge map. Like
the problem I have with
canvas.
Foundry is that it isn't either of Wes's versions of Foundry.
mhm.
That was my main exposure to all the cool Forge maps I played were ones that either Wes made or found.
Yeah.
So
And
like
people
whenever
would like make McDonald's in there.
yeah,
or
and like
whatever.
Foundry was the only good Foundry maps are Forge maps and not the default Foundry.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's
yeah.
what it was for. There was that, and then the other one that was Sandbox.
which I don't really care for Sandbox really.
I don't like the default map either.
No.
But that was also just meant to be a Forge template.
But like Guardian, sick. Probably my favorite map.
Yeah.
Epitaph is good. Snowbound is great.
Guardian and what's the one that was also in Halo 2? Blackout? Is it Blackout?
Lockout.
Blackout was Halo 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's sick. That one never fails, dude. That one,
Mhm.
that's a great map.
Lookout.
Anything that's like, yeah, well, there was like 3 renditions of it.
Yeah.
It's in like a bunch of games. Anytime that, for some reason, that formula worked. Platform in the middle, top middle platform, and then like outside there's asymmetrical shit. Because that worked with Guardian. And it kind of works with like midship and, well, midship's symmetrical. But that kind of
Midship.
midship is the one on the Covenant ship that has you both start on either end, and then there's the ramps up in between.
Is that the one with sword in the
It's
middle?
all purple, yeah, sword in the middle on the
Okay.
platform.
I'm thinking, what's the one where it's where there's the elevator and then the beams, and it's like
With the gold lift in the back.
yeah,
That's like Construct or
Construct. Yeah, okay, Construct I don't like, but it's because I'm never good at that map.
It's good. Like if your team can. The problem is if your team can hold the top,
It's the
over.
top. You have to be able to hold the top and then the angle, like the fucking Z angle to that. You need to
Yeah.
have the top and then that corner.
Yeah, like 2 gold.
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, if you can hold that, dude, you can fucking dominate on that map.
Man, I wonder if if like our Halo 3 meta conversation is worse than football for people.
Hey, might be.
I don't care.
Because like I don't know, like how many people have really like I don't know. I think a lot of people our age have played Halo 3. And
yeah.
like is that who's listening? Who the fuck knows? Probably not. Probably nobody's listening. But the reality is there's probably a lot of people that are our age that have played it that are also listening. Probably like hundreds of thousands.
I think Guardian is the best Halo 3 map. I think then Lookout, Blackout, whatever it's called, that's up there too. Snowbound.
I like Snowbound, yeah.
Snowbound is fucking great. Snowbound on your birthday for that free for all was fucking legendary. The fucking like 9
I was
man.
pissed because like I feel like we should have taken like footage of some of that. Of us playing fucking.
We were supposed to, and I blew it because my tummy was upset all day.
I mean, we did a straight up Halo 3 like
Marathon.
yeah.
Like 8 hours.
Until
I showed up. I showed up and then I won 4 games in a row and then everybody went home. That's literally what happened. I showed up. I got MVP 4 straight games. I pulled a reverse Buffalo Bills. I got 4 straight MVPs instead of 4 straight L's.
I think we should do it.
And then everybody was like, I guess we got to go home because we're done having fun because Jake's on the other team.
Yeah, he's cheating. He did come in. He like started hacking and shit. It was weird.
It was funny. I was playing at way higher frame rate, is what it was. I was playing at 120.
Well, he had like a
hertz.
bunch of macros and fucking I don't know.
Yeah, and I had a gun pointed at everybody else the whole time. I was brandishing a firearm the whole time.
Where are you? Top green.
We're in the lobby.
Switch to pink team.
Sandtrap.
I think we should do
cool.
that every year.
Avalanche is the best big team map.
Oh yeah, Avalanche is kind of sick, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Valhalla was like the big one.
Is Valhalla? Oh yeah, but that's just isn't that just Blood Gulch?
No, it was like a different rendition of it. It was similar. They wanted it to be that. But it was not. I don't think Blood Gulch was in 3.
No.
It was only in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Valhalla was like supposed to be the replacement for it.
I like Valhalla more than Blood Gulch.
I do too. It's easier to. It's a smaller map. It's like easier to get around, and there's not as much like dead space in between. Like that no man's land in between. It was just completely useless. I think that's what they wanted to do was eliminate that.
They got the man cannon too.
But I'll tell you, on Blood Gulch, it was so fun to go up into the mountains and sneak all the way around, go through the cave, and then fucking come out near the base. The problem was you couldn't get close enough to the base from doing that.
I'm getting Blood Gulch confused with Beaver Creek.
Blood Gulch has the 2 round bases.
Yeah. Blood Gulch is where Red versus Blue takes place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Beaver Creek is the fucking Halo 2 map that I get annihilated.
That was in Halo 1. Battle Creek was
Creek.
Halo 1.
I suck at Battle Creek. Hang 'em High. Wicked sick map.
It's a sick map, yeah. They brought that back in one of them. I can't remember.
It's an Infinite.
Is it? Well,
No.
there's probably a Forge version of it.
It's either an Infinite or 5 because I know it's not in Chief Collection because we only get it in Halo 1 and that's the only reason I put Halo 1 in the playlist.
They brought it back in something.
Probably Haze. What's the other map in Halo 1 that it's like it's like the 2, there's a chasm and you use the teleporters to go around everywhere.
Halo 1.
I think it's got to be Halo 1.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Dude,
there was a lot of wild maps in Halo 1.
Halo 1's maps were fucking weird.
Rat Race was crazy.
Yeah, Halo 1 had the weirdest fucking maps I've ever seen.
And the problem was just there was always grenades everywhere. So
yeah, if the grenades are on the map, you're just having a bad time. Reach had some pretty cool maps, but I didn't really play a lot of Reach.
I definitely played a lot of it. But after I always played all of them. Like I didn't really ever grow out of it.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was a kid, I was on gamershell.com. and I found the Halo demo on PC. So I installed that and played that, and then I played it hundreds of times because it was like it was the silent cartographer. You got to play that mission. So I played it a million times, and then I eventually got the game finally.
Man, that's like the coolest fucking level in the game too. That's like the biggest level in the game.
Yeah,
because
it's
that's when
fucking
you
sick.
you go to the 3 towers, right?
Yeah, it starts you off on the beach, and then
Yeah.
you drive the Warthog around most of the map. Yeah, and then I did that. And I went and once I got my Xbox, the original Xbox, I got Halo 2. And then I didn't have Xbox Live for a long time. Eventually I got it by the end of before the end of Halo 2's lifetime. Then 360 was where it really
Prospered.
Halo 3 was where it really, bloomed. I played so much Halo 2 campaign because I had no Xbox Live.
Yeah, that was me with 3. I didn't play Halo 2. I got Halo 3 and I only played the campaign.
Well, you go back
for
and
like
look at
2 years.
the original graphics. They're still pretty fucking good for when that game came out. They were unreal I was like, holy fuck, this is like so good.
No, even nowadays,
The original graphics still looks good.
really good.
It's crazy, like the leaps that the video game graphics were taking at the time to like now. Even like games 10 years ago, like that jump isn't very big. Like graphically, we haven't done that much.
No.
And I think I wonder if it has to do with
Like 10 years ago was still like 10 years ago would have been like The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
You know
what I think part of it has to do with is that we are a lot of gamers now are snobs for performance.
Yeah.
So like as in like
and they still don't do a good job.
Mm-hmm. But I think games are like they want them to be graphically not insane just so that you can get the 60 FPS out of it.
It's because everybody wants to use Unreal Engine.
Well, yeah, and that's a problem too. But like, if 30 FPS was still the standard, you'd probably have games that look a lot better visually. Which I don't know. Maybe we'll go to that timeline when we die.
I can't. It's hard.
I can't go back.
I was just gonna say,
so hard to do that.
Like I have trouble going back and forth from 144 to 60, and I don't use 144 too often or 120. But I can't go like, dude. As soon as you start playing games at 4K 60, you can't go back. 4K 60 at least 1440 60 is my minimum.
Yeah, 30 FPS is tough, dude.
It's why I can't play anything on my 360. I can't play anything on my Xbox One anymore because 30 frames is just not good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really realize the difference till you start playing like only with that. And then you go back, you're like, yeah, because I don't know. I like Assassin's Creed 4. And like I'd like to play it again, but like it's not remastered. Like so I have to play it at 30 frames. And I'm like, this is like choppy and shitty. Like
it doesn't. Nothing feels great.
It feels like a piece of trash. Like,
yeah.
And you're like, how? Like I remember this game being awesome. Halo 3 was 30 frames. It's like when it came out. But you don't think of it that way. If I played that at 30 frames now, I'd get smoked. I mean, worse than I already do.
I know, man. You've been really fucking. It's been pretty weird the past few games ever since your birthday.
I don't play shooters anymore.
What?
At all. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't play Halo really. I don't know. I only play
No Man's Sky.
That like Madden, and that's it pretty much.
Damn.
Started playing the show 25, and there's like first person fielding and shit, which is kind of cool.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird. Trying to get used to that.
But
you start in like high school and you have aluminum bats and shit.
Does it sound awesome?
Ding! Yeah, it's fucking sick. So I don't know. I'm gonna play Road to the Show on that. But I don't know. It's like one of those things that if I had more time, I'd probably play more shooters, but you run low on time,
I've been playing almost
older you get.
exclusively shooters lately. Been playing through all the classic Alien vs Predator games and Halo.
I don't have
and
the fast twitch shooter muscles anymore.
You don't. And Half-Life. Half-Life. I've been playing the original Half-Life recently. And Doom. I got Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And the other Doom games. Doom 64. Doom 3. Doom 2. Doom 1. Doom the Plutonia Experiment. Doom Legacy of Rust.
Doom Wars.
Doom
Wars 2.
Doom Wars 2.
Doom Spartan Assault.
I've been playing Blood. Oh, I've been playing Fear. Fear is sick. Have you ever played Fear? Old school Fear?
I did, sort of, but I played Fear 2, like that's the one I remember.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that. Well, either way, the sickest
Did I
thing.
play that on the channel? I think I might have.
You probably did. Fear 2 Project Origin.
Yeah, I might have played it on the channel like a long time ago. That fucking buzzing noise, dude. It's so wild. Mine doesn't do that. Well, I muted.
Oh, I thought I muted mine. Well,
wait,
that's the thing.
Let me see if mine buzzes.
I'm recording AVP 3 for the channel right now.
It doesn't buzz.
And it's fucking
Right
terrible.
now?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's crazy. You're doing two things at once.
Yeah. I'm
How
doing
are
all,
you?
I'm doing all three campaigns. I have an AI playing the game for me at home.
I'm in hell.
I'm in hell.
Multiple timelines.
Yeah. But I forgot how fucking scary that game is when you're not playing as the alien. That game is not fucking. Have you ever played the Alien vs Predator for 360?
Yeah, yeah.
That game is fucking terrifying when
Yeah,
you're
it is.
playing as the human, dude. The whole first like 15, 20 minutes of that game, you don't even fight anything. You're just getting scared.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was a good game, but like you only used the bumpers to attack. It was like kind of weird. Like there was only a couple attacks, it felt like.
as the alien, yeah, you have light attack, you have heavy attack, and then you have finisher.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then with the Predator, I wanted to always do that, like lock in.
The beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. That was sick too, though.
The cool thing with the Predator was
It
when
would be a sick remake if they did that.
I would love a new Alien vs Predator game.
That one, dude. Just give me that one again.
I mean,
I would play that remaster.
The PC version of that game works really well, and the art style, that game looks great still. It really looks
Dude, fighting
really
the
great
Predator
still.
at the end was a bitch as
Mhm.
a human. All of it was pretty tough though.
Yeah, because then as the alien, you fight two predators, and then as the predator, you fight the predator alien,
But
and that is
the
just annoying.
Alien was just block and then like heavy attack and
Yeah, the alien was sick because it was really fucking brutal. You
Yeah.
like really,
Dude,
you're like
the
ripping
teeth,
people
and
apart
you
and
could
shit.
you could
Yeah.
like fucking eat people's heads and shit.
There's an execution where you shove their tail up their butt and it comes out their head.
I thought it was cool that you could go to dead bodies and then when you look at their head, the teeth come out.
Yeah, and then
you
that's how you could heal.
That was so sick.
Yeah. So yeah, that get ready for that on the channel. It's me getting scared playing. Well, the thing is that it fucked up and my microphone wasn't recording on OBS, so I'm gonna be doing voiceover. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover over it.
That always blew me away though, was like the dead bodies in games because there was like a hole in the guy still from when your tail went
Yeah,
through
there's
him.
like the exit wounds and stuff.
Yeah, that was sick.
They have that with the Flood. It's because I'm playing through Halo 1 now, and when you do the Anniversary Edition graphics, the Flood are really fucking scary. It's really brutal.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Same with Halo 2 Anniversary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so AVP 2010, that game is sick, and I'm playing through that. But I've shooters are just the game right now that's just, it's so easy to unwind. I just throw something on YouTube and I just shoot shit until I feel tired.
Yeah. Well, that's usually what happens with Infinite. I don't play it online. So like that's part of the reason too, is like if I do play a shooter, it's Infinite and I just play Firefight. So I'm not even like good. I'm just relaxing, shooting the Ungoy.
Infinite Firefight is really awesome.
The new one that just came out is sweet.
I got Wes played a round with me the other night.
Yeah, because it's like more like the classic
Yeah.
Firefight.
The only thing that sucked was that this was actually hilarious. So when we played it, you showed it, you reintroduced me to the classic firefight like last week or whatever. And it was cool. And I noticed that the bosses that you get in firefight are the like mini bosses from the campaign, which was sick. And Wes hasn't played the Halo Infinite campaign. And it was so funny because we're having a great time, and then the boss shows up, and then he got real silent. I'm like, I bet this feels like Destiny right now, huh? He's like, yeah, this isn't great because this is a bullet sponge. And I'm like, of course, out of all the bosses we get, it's the guy that just has the hammer and just shields. Yeah. And he doesn't flinch, and he just one hits you.
Asheram.
Yeah. It was like literally the final boss of the fucking game is the guy that we got. And it took so long to kill him.
It's you break his shield, you got to use plasma weapons to break the shield.
Know that. But the best part, so we kill him, get to the next round. The boss spawns in again. It's a different brute with a fucking with the scrap metal cannon.
Yeah.
And as soon as he spawns in, he kills 2 of the Spartans, and then Wes and I are like running away. And then I turn around and the brute jumps straight up in the air and then just perfectly floats off the map and then falls and dies.
What?
Like he jumped, it was like he was jumping towards us and then froze midair and then just fell off the map and died. And then it ended the round.
That is awesome.
So it's like the game knew that Wes and I were like annoyed with the bosses. And just the second boss, he literally showed up, he killed 2 of our teammates and then jumped off the map.
I felt like it was hard. Like
it's hard as shit,
dude. I felt like it was really hard.
And,
like from the first wave, you're like, oh shit, this is going to be fucking a bitch. Which is good. I like that it forces you to be like, let's evac now or whatever.
Yeah, and I like Halo.
It never had evac. Like Halo ODST like that never had evac.
No,
it was just go until you die.
Halo is one of the games where the co-op of that is just the most fun. It's my favorite co-op shooter besides Left 4 Dead.
I can't ever understand why either though.
It just because it's you and your friends and you're all wicked powerful. You and your friends are the most powerful. You're playing chess and you and your friends are all playing as the queen.
Yeah, and I think it's the power fantasy. So you're like, it's like a race to kill as many as you can.
Yeah. It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings, where Gimli and Legolas are like counting.
Yeah.
Score for score.
Well, it's like even in Team Slayer, you're like competing with your team.
Yeah.
You're like trying to be the best on the team.
Yeah, yeah. You can't be 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Call of Duty doesn't get that for me. I don't get that from
6v6. And in Call of Duty,
it's not good.
It's too fast.
I
like Call of Duty, but it's way more fast.
There's not enough punishment for dying.
There's a lot more meta in Call of Duty. Yeah, that's the big thing too. There's not as much punishment for dying because in Halo,
you die and then you just spam X and you're back.
Yeah, in Halo, it's first to 50 kills and it goes quick. It goes quicker than you think. Call of Duty, it's first to 100. I think it's team deathmatch, but it's also 6v6 instead of 4v. I like 4v4.
don't like that it's points either. Like I always hated that
instead of just the amount of kills.
Halo 4 was like that with points, and it's like no, just give me first to 50 or whatever. Like that's how I want Slayer, like team deathmatch to be, is the number of kills. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's weird that it's a point system.
Why are we doing points?
Big number make me happy.
I don't know if you get points for assists or how that works, but that's stupid. That's one thing. It's like the race to 50 was always, that was the big thing.
Yeah, because then, like, especially like the other night we were playing when we had a few games where we lost like 50-49 or like 50-45, like you still feel like you put up a good fight. But when you lose like 7,500 to 6,000, you feel like you got your ass kicked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you lose by 1,000 points, it feels way worse than losing by 10 kills.
It does. And I don't understand why Call of Duty insists on like making
big
you
numbers,
hate it.
Big number. Yeah,
It literally does. It makes you not want to play it. Like it pisses people off. Everyone I've talked to, that doesn't have an input, so it doesn't matter if that's on. Everyone I've talked to, like about Call of Duty, goes, I can't play it anymore. It's too frustrating.
Yeah,
and it's like I never really heard that from Halo players. They always came back. So there is something there. There's something to be said about that. It insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself, Lois. It insists. Peter, what does that even mean? How could you say you don't like it if you haven't even given it a chance?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
I agree with Stewie. You got to finish the movie.
Who's that supposed to be?
It's me, Lois. Oh, Peter.
I
Peter.
can't do a good. We should become impression guys. We should start doing.
We've been
impressions.
impression guys.
Hey, Peter, remember the time?
I'm tiny Trump.
Yeah.
I'm tiny. Look at me, I'm tiny.
Hello, Tiny Trump. I walked in, I said, wow, he's so tiny. He's a tiny me.
And
And
that was and
hey, Peter.
that one's not bad.
Hey, Peter, remember the time?
That's a diaphragm control thing.
Yeah.
Doing Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
That's tough.
That's a tough one. Yeah. Or what about damn it, Bobby? Do you know who that is?
okay. I can kind of guess. Like who else says that? You know? Yeah, let's practice like some. We'll come back.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have like our good impressions.
Homie. Hey, homie. Homie.
Wait, no, we could do Thelma and Patty or whatever.
He thinks he sounds like Homer Simpson. He thinks these impressions are good.
Is it Patty and Thelma? Patty and Salma.
Selma. Yeah.
Thank
that's right.
you. There's nobody over there.
Shout out to whoever's over there.
Who else is there?
Who else is there? Who else? Who's another guy from a character?
They got Apu. Welcome to the Quickie Mart.
Welcome to the Quickie Mart. Yeah, that one's not bad. That's just a
funny. What about
It's just an accent.
the guy that likes the comic? What's the comic book guy?
Oh, comment from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh, this is the first edition. Oh wait, that's more Mr. Burns. Ooh, Smithers.
Closer to Burns.
Ooh, tongue my butthole, Smithers.
The hardest part about impressions is figuring out what to say during them.
It's easy.
I can't ever think of what to say.
Just make him say whatever. Ooh, Smithers.
Yeah, but you want it to be
tickle my
like
toes.
you want it to be like
Peter, remember the
contextual.
time you tickled my toes? Yeah.
Giggity. Hey, Peter, remember the time?
Yeah, do you giggity my gigadoos? Go.
Nope. don't remember.
Wait, I got one. You ready for this one? You have any idea who this is? Sir, requesting permission to leave the station. What for, Chief? To give the Covenant back their bomb.
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
For a brick, he flies pretty good.
I need a weapon.
I need a weapon. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one's yeah.
What about the guy from my God. He's like I'm Marcus. I'm the gear of war.
You want a gear of war? I got one for you right
I
here.
got 2 gears for you. I got 2 gears for you right here. The idea of
He's just like a hard New
being
Yorker.
Italian,
Yeah.
being like a Brooklyn
He's like a-
fucking giddy guy. Yeah, these fucking locusts come in. They come in through the fucking dirt because they're a bunch of fucking scumbags. You're fucking with a bunch of union men.
I don't think I could see it happening.
The,
That'd be an AI SWAT. That's a cool.
That'd be
AI
so
SWAT.
funny, dude. I would love it if,
Or you could
like,
do
dude,
Jesse.
can you imagine if the locusts they came up in the bad neighborhood?
Or
Like-
you could have Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh,
as
yeah.
as a Gears of War character.
Yeah, like
As
in
a-
Predator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesse the Body.
When he says it's a bunch of slack-jawed maggots in here.
Close that grub hole. Close that.
Yeah. Arm the hammer.
I used to have an Alex Jones. I haven't tried it in a while. I'm not gonna do that.
The interdimensional
The interdimensional
child molesters. They're turning the frogs gay
Like
with
George
Baja
Soros
Blast.
and the black helicopters.
If you ever see somebody order not Baja Blast at a Taco Bell, you know they're a cop.
Joe Rogan.
If they go to Taco Bell and they get a Pepsi, they're probably a cop.
Let me tell you something right now.
Oh, that's easy. That's Tom Segura.
I'm kind of retarded.
Let me tell you something, Joe Rogan. I tell you a nightmare about Joey Diaz a while ago. He fucking kidnapped me because I admitted that I never had a Big Mac before, and he fucking kidnapped me from
That's
McDonald's.
in character. That's in character.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure he's kidnapped people before.
yeah. Let me tell you something, Joe Rogan.
Tremendous.
I was in that fucking McDonald's. Well, no, he's not Joey Diaz. He's immediately fucking, he's immediately Tommy Vercetti from Vice City. I was in that fucking McDonald's over there.
That's so. I let you just immediately the same accent, the same like New York accent.
It's a different guy though. I was in that fucking McDonald's on the west side over there. No, you know who that is? That's the
Yeah. Go ahead. You got it, or
I was at the fucking McDonald's over there.
yeah, I
and
was at the McFadon.
I was in that fucking McDonald's on the west side over there. I can't get the rest of the quote out. Oh wait, I got one.
I'm always watching you, Wazowski.
Okay, that's one. Yeah,
You ever see that one
yeah, that's a classic.
from Monsters Inc?
Yep, Monsters Inc. is great. I have that on DVD.
Is it better than Shrek?
Is it better than Shrek? It's a different feel. You know what I mean?
Is it a better feel?
Is it DreamWorks that did that movie?
No, Monsters Inc. was Disney.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's at Disney World.
Maybe it is. Pixar. Maybe it was Pixar. I don't think it was Pixar.
Hey Siri, who made Monsters Inc?
DreamWorks.
Monsters Inc. has 3 founders: Darla K. Anderson, John Lasseter, and Andrew Stanton.
No.
Disney
what
Pixar.
Oh, it is Disney?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, that was wild. Dude, remember that was so crazy with the fucking doors go on the tracks, dude. That was crazy, dude. That was interdimensional as fuck.
When I was a kid, I was terrified that that was real.
You never know, man. Maybe that's hell. All the timelines are doors, and then none of them have labels.
We are to scare the children, not join them. Wait, I got Forrest Whitaker from Rogue One. Save the Republic. Save the dream. You ever see Rogue One?
Okay, yeah, that's.
Or wait, no, he
Not
says, save the rebellion. Save the dream.
All right,
Yeah.
I could see that one.
Or, wait, in episode 9,
We need to have people rate our
The Rise of
impressions.
Skywalker, where they're like, oh boy, they fly now. They fly now? They fly now. That was a whole scene. Remember that? When they're on the fucking speeder bike and
Okay.
the guys are on the jetpacks and they're like, oh, they got jetpacks
Okay.
now.
I do
As if they
remember.
haven't had jetpacks the whole fucking time.
Yeah, but that's
That's my
here's
fucking
a
fuck.
good one. Here's a good one.
Wait, go ahead.
Who's that? Who's that? Who do you think that is? That's an impression. It's a good impression. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Jason Voorhees.
Correct.
When he's on his way over, he goes,
Yeah, that was.
pretty spooky.
That's a classic.
Do you think it'd be scarier if you replaced Darth Vader with Jason? if like episode 3 happens and instead of Anakin becoming Darth Vader after his surgery, he becomes Jason.
With the hockey mask and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could make it. You could make it work.
It would work out.
It'd be less sci-fi.
Wait, I got a good one. You
I
ready?
mean, that's kind of what it is, right? Because Jason was like fucking.
They put Jason in space in Jason X.
Yeah, but Jason was like all fucked up and shit. His face was all mangled and such, right?
Yeah.
They just covered his face. That's basically all they did with Vader was like cover up all his burns and shit.
Yeah. They're the same guy.
I heard they were the same guy, but it's different.
Like dogs and apples.
Yeah.
I got one. You ready for this one? He goes, he goes, nighty night, bitch.
Are you trying to do like a Freddy?
Yeah. Or there's one where he's like, this is a different guy. And he goes, it's time to raise some hell.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Or where they're like, where he's like, ha! Looks like I'm the leprechaun. Leprechaun.
Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm getting pretty good at this.
Yeah. Wait. Here's another good one.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play?
That's actually a good one.
Is that Chucky?
Child's Play. The
Yeah,
doll,
but like
but Chucky the
from,
doll. Yeah.
from the movie.
Hi, I'm Chucky.
That's him and his batteries
Yeah,
dying.
okay. I know who that guy is.
Yeah, and then there's what other guy is there?
Here's one. Ready?
Yeah.
Here's a good one. This is
Yeah.
from a scary movie.
Is it Mike Myers?
No, it could be that. It was actually Art the Clown.
Oh, it's Art the Clown. Okay, I was close.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was gonna say another good one would be
What's up?
remember that from Scary Movie?
That is one of them. It was also a Bud Light commercial or some shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then there's also
What's your favorite scary movie?
That one. That's a scary movie too.
mm-hmm.
They say it right in the title.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of.
Yeah. Oh wait, do you know what movie this is? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding.
Could be.
Come on, dude. John Carpenter's The Thing.
It could be a number of.
It's John Carpenter's The Thing, bro.
Okay.
I didn't even give you any time to guess.
It's The Thing. It's The Thing.
Wait, what about this
How do you
one?
not?
What about this one where he goes I won't tell you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Come on, dude, it's Alien.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I
Wait,
knew
what
that.
about this one? You'll know this one. You'll know this one. Hal, open the door.
2001?
yeah, dude. I think that's what he says, right? I'm afraid I
Open the
can't
door.
do that.
Open the. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
afraid I
something
can't
like
do that. Or something like that. I have to watch that movie
I'm
again.
sorry, Dave.
I haven't seen that
Can't
movie in
let
a
you do
while.
that movie's so fucking good. Oh my god. I watched it. Yeah, I probably watched it like within the last.
I
year.
thought I watched it yesterday.
I don't know. I think we're getting good at impressions.
Um,
we should do like an impressionist like tour,
I got a good one.
like a Jeff Dunham situation.
I got a good one.
We could do like a.
So
we
you
could do
come
like
to
a
me,
puppet
you
show.
come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you ask me to commit murder for money. You think I'm some sort of murderer for hire? You don't even come to me in friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. You know, I think what gets people is that I get the quotes right, but I sound nothing like.
Well, yeah, but people get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm a superstitious man, and if some evil should befall him, if he were to be found hanging in his jail cell, or if he's shot in the head by a police officer, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I will blame some of the men in this room, and that I do not forgive. That's also The Godfather.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. How about this one?
Passion of the Christ.
No, it's Tom Hanks. It's a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh. Castaway?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wait, what about
that's a
this?
good Tom
Wait,
Hanks.
I got another Tom Hanks movie. You ready for this one? I have AIDS.
Oh, that's Toy Story The first Toy Story.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. Some people think it's Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 was the origin story.
He had AIDS in the first one.
Yeah, he has AIDS in Toy Story 1, and Toy Story 2, he's getting AIDS. He has HIV.
It goes back, and yeah,
It's a
comes
prequel.
back.
Well, it's a prequel sequel, so like Godfather 2.
Yeah.
So the first half of the movie, he has HIV. The second half of the movie, he has full-blown AIDS.
It's a prequel to the sequel.
Yeah, sort of like Son of the Mask,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably my favorite of the Mask trilogy.
Some would argue the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Then there's Look at How They Massacred My Boy. That's also from The Godfather.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And there's
What's the one?
It's
from,
over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
That's Child's Play, right?
Yeah,
Child's
that was
Play.
the second one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
Anakin is short for Andy.
yeah, Andy Skywalker, dude. As if like he already wasn't white enough. They're like, we'll make him a little wider.
I think it really sucks that Anakin turned into Darth Vader. I really wish there was a way to stop that from
He was,
happening.
he was like a decent dude, and he had his whole life ahead of him. You know what I mean? Threw it all away. That is a shame. You know what we can do is like we'll do another spin-off show of just impressions, like an impression show.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we did almost 2 hours somehow on this episode. It was a lot of Halo.
It was a decent amount of Halo.
And impressions. Maybe I'll just put out a clip of impressions. And then we'll like work on them.
Yeah,
we'll work on them.
they're pretty fine-tuned, but we'll do some more work.
Yeah, yeah. I would say at least 60% of them were dead on. Yeah. Who's that?
Oh, that's Wart.
Oh, that's a good one. That's actually a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded like an audio clip I just played. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed our impressions. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with
More impressions.
more impressions. It's probably going to be mostly an impression show now. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody. Head over to w.gg. Here, let me give you we'll put this back up here so you can see. You can use our promo code and get 10% off. And then you can also, what you can do to help the show and probably help our impressions. If we had more money, we'd probably be better at impressions. So do that. Go over to the website, do all that kind of cool shit. And also like, comment, subscribe, engagement. You know what I mean? Even if you go over to your favorite social media, you know what I mean? And like check it out on there. So yeah, do it on there. Do that. Anyway, yeah, 2 weeks. We'll see you guys. We'll see you on your favorite social media. Go over to your favorite social media. Yeah, that's it. Our website also has some cool shit on it if you want to go play some food or object. Because we don't do it anymore on the show. Which we should just really bring it back, but I always forget to. Because I don't even look at my notes anymore. All right. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. As always.